This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Moscow's ambassador to Yerevan has reiterated his government's willingness to mediate talks with Azerbaijan, and echoed recent remarks by other senior Russian officials, saying they expect Armenia to resume full participation in the Collective Security Treaty Organization, a Kremlin-led military alliance. Russia has never given up its role as an honest broker in the negotiation process between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We are ready to continue to provide all possible support for the reconciliation of the two countries, Sergey Kopyrkin said in a lengthy interview published today by the CSTO's online magazine. To that end, Kopyrkin pointed to Russian President Vladimir Putin's trip to Azerbaijan last month and follow-up phone calls with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, calling the contacts a clear confirmation of Russia's readiness to mediate. Kopyrkin pointedly did not mention that Pashinyan appeared to dismiss the possibility of further Russian involvement in the negotiation process at a press conference over the weekend, less than a week after his latest phone call with Putin. One of the main sticking points in those talks remains the thorny issue of reopening regional transit routes. On that point, Kopyrkin stressed that Russia does not advocate for the creation of any one route, but rather the complete unblocking of economic and transport communications in the South Caucasus. Those remarks came after Russia's top diplomat, Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, accused Armenia last month of sabotaging efforts to reopen regional transit routes, a move stipulated in the Moscow-brokered ceasefire declaration that ended the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war. In addition, Kopyrkin indicated today he expects Armenia to resume full participation in the CSTO bloc, after months of inaction following Pashinyan's landmark announcement in February that he would freeze the country's membership. We are firmly convinced that Armenia's full participation in the CSTO first and foremost is in the interests of the Armenian nation, and also serves to maintain peace and stability in the South Caucasus region, Kopyrkin said. At his press conference this weekend, Pashinyan said he believes his decision to freeze Armenia's membership is, as of now, sufficient, but again refused to rule out the possibility he may one day pull the country out of the alliance entirely. Armenia continued today to reject accusations by Azerbaijan claiming that Armenian forces have again opened fire across the border. In separate press releases last night and this morning, Armenia's defense ministry dismissed as disinformation claims its forces had opened fire at Azerbaijani positions along the country's southwestern and eastern borders. It should be noted that the Armenian Prime Minister's office has proposed the establishment of a joint Armenia-Azerbaijan mechanism for investigating ceasefire violations, to which Azerbaijan has not yet responded, the ministry said. Claims of Armenian forces opening fire across the border by Azerbaijan have ticked up steadily since last month after a relatively calm summer. Armenia has consistently dismissed them. In a video posted to social media today, Edmond Marukyan, who previously served as Armenia's ambassador at large, argued the increasing allegations of ceasefire violations may mean that Azerbaijan is preparing at the propaganda level for another provocation, another attack, or another action aimed at violating our borders. Marukyan, who resigned in March amid mounting disagreements with Pashinyan's foreign policy, noted that Baku dramatically increased its claims of ceasefire violations by Yerevan in the run-up to Azerbaijan's attack on Armenia in September 2022 and its attack on Nagorno-Karabakh last September. You can also check out the latest episode of CivilNet's weekly Insight series. This week, host Erica Kopian breaks down and responds to Pashinyan's latest press conference over the weekend, including the Prime Minister's most recent update on the state of ongoing negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. You can find the full broadcast up now on our website at civilnet.am or through the link in the video description below. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 11,351. That's the total number of former Nagorno-Karabakh residents who, as of July 1st, have left Armenia and not returned, according to new data provided by the country's National Security Service in response to a CivilNet Freedom of Information request. By comparison, that figure was 10,308 as of June 1st, meaning the number had increased by around 10% in just 1 month's time. The vast majority of former Nagorno-Karabakh residents who have permanently left Armenia have moved to Russia. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.